A couple weeks ago, I made a video talking about the WZ-113G. This is a Tier 10 Chinese tech tree tank destroyer, and it's a vehicle that I personally felt was overbuffed and dominated the matchmaker. There were a decent number of people that agreed, but there were also a fairly sizable amount of people that disagreed and said, this tank is currently well balanced, doesn't need to be changed, and doesn't need a nerf. So, I am able to finally say today, with quite happiness, that the WZ-113GFT is performing higher than the Smasher in win rate. Yes, you heard that correctly. We can see the Smasher right here with a 58.65% average win rate. And there is the WZ-113GFT. That is insane. That a tech tree tank destroyer now has higher win rate than what is considered for, I think, everybody as the most overpowered tank in the game. So yeah, I don't think there's much of a discussion anymore. This is an overpowered vehicle, and it is completely blowing every other tank out of the water right now in terms of win rate. This tank is busted, and it definitely needs to be nerfed. Why is the WZ so strong? Well, it's mainly the armor profile. You see, this tank has crazy good armor. Its upper superstructure is around, I would say, 350 mils thick on flat. And when you're running it hull down, it's upwards of 380 to 400. Essentially, you are a 268 version 4, but you're not limited by the gun or the mobility. Like, this tank is much faster than a V4 on traverse speed, on overall, acceleration. And when you pair that with the fact that this gun hits really hard and it's got accuracy, I mean, look how mobile this thing is. We are easily chilling at 40 kilometers per hour right now, and even that V4 running speed boost really just can't keep up with us. The tank is just really, really stupid. So we'll see what we're able to do here. I'm going to make my way right into this. Yeah, we'll chill in this bush here. I think we are spotted by that 907. Yeah, we are. But not too worried because that 907 got obliterated. So that's kind of fine. All right, let's move up. I'm always a little cautious when moving up here, but... okay. Well, I'm not really sure what to say about that. Dude just got full health ammo racked. Alright, we got the 907 off to the side, and load a heat shell to guarantee the pen. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, that's our first pen of the game. 600 damage. Okay. Let's see if we can get some damage into the T110E5 over here. Aiming, and bonk. 464. And then the V4 is going to shoot the E5. There you go. I am not really worried about the TVP, even in the slightest. We have the AMX who bounces. Then we have the TVP, who we get a nice 702. Alright, not bad. Not bad at all. I don't really want to get bonked by the AMX, but doesn't look like he's actually that big of a threat as he's off to the side there. So we're going to aim in. There you go. 1148 damage into the enemy TVP. I don't want to be full clipped by the 50B here, so it'd be great if my teammate would support me. There you go, and bye-bye. So yeah, this game we essentially just kind of YOLO'd, and we're still alive with 700 HP. We've done 3,000 damage as of right now. We're obviously, oh, we got a bounce in the flat open, because, this tank's stupid. There you go. 525 into the AMX. Man, that V4 is getting some crazy rolls in this game. Got the 4005 all the way in the back. There you go, some more bounces, never hurts. Alright, we're just going to chill right here, and bonk, there you go, 576. Well, that was a 4,000 damage game, where we YOLO'd from start to finish, and we got quite a few bounces as well. I would say we blocked at least half of the damage we received, so let's take a look at 2,460 blocked, 4,075 dealt. The V4 did a crazy good game, but to be fair, he got an 1,800 average, damage ammo rack, so he basically did the same as us. Nice job from him, though. It's always good to actually have a decent teammate. I'm a little surprised because he didn't have a camo, but to do well in a V4, you just gotta do what I did in the WZ. Drive aggressive into the front line, take shots for the team, and push the opponents off. And when you basically have two V4s, because I'm in a WZ, it's almost impossible to stop an aggressive push like that. But let's try one more game in the WZ and see if we can do well. If you want my recommendation, I would grind this vehicle before it gets nerfed. I think I said that in my previous video, but this tank will be nerfed. If you're thinking that it's going to stay the same, it's not going to. And it's not because I made a video saying the vehicle's overpowered. The reason this tank is going to be getting nerfed at some point in the future is because of the fact that it has an almost 60% average win rate. That just isn't fair. And Wargaming's obviously going to do something about that when they rebalance the tiers at some foreseeable point. I just don't see how they're going to leave this tank the way it is when it's doing this well. So let's see what we can do in game number 2 here. We got a Mouse, we got a Minnow, they got some strong vehicles, Patton, Sheridan, Superconch. They're definitely putting the whole shebang up against us here. I would like to go up the bridge, but it's also heavily dependent on where our team goes. However, looks like they are going up the bridge. I think the other major reason why the WZ is so stupid is because of the mobility. I mean, you can see how fast we accelerated up to 42 kilometers per hour. It's just, it doesn't have a weakness. And as I always say on the channel, it's not what a tank has good going for it that makes it really, really strong. It's what a tank doesn't have bad going for it. Like, when you take a look at this vehicle, what are its weaknesses? Well, it doesn't have the best gun depression, but its armor more than enough makes up for that. So that's not an issue at all. What else do we have? Well, mobility is not a problem. It's incredibly fast. So that's obviously not going to be an issue whatsoever. We get a nice shot into the 268. Now we just back up. Alright, well, 268's already not enjoying life. He also misses us. We're going to put on our adrenaline. However, dude's already dead, so that doesn't really make much of a difference. We're going to roll off. Ooh, we got the Sheridan camping in the back. Well, let's aim it on the Sheridan. There you go. 619 damage shell into his tank. Not too bad as well. Alright, I don't really love this position we're in because that Sheridan is on our side. So we're going to chill right here very briefly. I think that Patton's going to run. Yes, he is. Okay. So we're going to push up. We're going to see if that Sheridan's still sitting in the back corner or if he tried to bail out. I think he's still back here. So let's see. Is the Sheridan still back here? He's got to be, right? He's got to be back here. I mean, maybe I'm just stupid. Yep, I guess I'm just stupid. I really thought he was back here. Oh well. We're just going to head up to the mid-ramp, and hopefully we'll be able to get some damage out. Problem is right now our team is bleeding a lot, and we can see that. I mean, they're getting absolutely nuked. They have a lot of health left. Thankfully, our Sheridan got a bonk into the enemies, which is quite good. And we're slowly making our way behind the Superconch here. We're going to aim at an HE shell. Oh, that was really, really sad. There you go. Nice bounce, though. We were able to angle it properly and get a bounce from that player. We also got the Mouse here, who we're going to angle towards, but we don't get a bounce. We have the Superconch showing me his frontal armor. There you go. Nice 571 into his tank. I'm thinking that if I keep my vehicle right here... Yeah, this Mouse isn't even going to shoot at me because of how I'm able to hide my armor weaknesses. Alright, Superconch is showing me his frontal tank, and there you go. Okay. Thank you, game. That was literally a super easy pen that just didn't want to happen there. Alright, well, our 183 is definitely killing himself, which is not great. But we're just going to chill right here. We're going to aim in another shell onto the enemy Superconch. There you go, nice pen. Alright, let's just chill here. Make sure that we're hiding our lower plate. Yep, I just don't see how the enemy's going to kill me when I'm in a position like this, because that's how stupid this tank is. There you go. Nice 518 into the minnow. I mean, we just sit here the entire time. What are they going to do to me? This is why the 113 is OP. Like, the fact that the Superconch isn't able to pen me. I'm just going to roll around this corner very briefly and finish off the Superconch. There you go, get a bounce. Then we back up. Unfortunately, our teammate is not the sharpest tool and basically killed himself. We're going to aim it on the minnow. There you go, 800 roll. Okay, the Mouse does pen me, which is not what I want. I mean, we're going to lose this. I don't have enough support here to win. However, I don't really think it matters that much. Let's hope the Bat Chat clears the minnow. That's what I'm hoping right now. Yes! That is huge. And then, okay, actually we can win this. I was really worried, but with that Bat Chat being on the rear, this is quite huge at this point. Alright, we're just going to chill right here, and let's just hope that the mouse is not able to pen me in a face hug-like position. I'm going to bring the Bashation right to his rear, which is obviously quite huge. Alright, and really, he does pen that. I don't even know how... Oh, he hit me in the roof. The biggest weakness of the 113 is being able to see over it. You can pen it in the roof, as we can see, but there's not many tanks that are tall enough to actually see over the roof of the 113, so that's not really an issue. Before we break into the post-game results, I have to show you what not to do in a late-game situation. And I need to make it clear, I'm not mad at this player for throwing this game, but I am very, very sad that this battle ended up being a loss, especially judging that we did almost 6,000 damage, and it was literally the easiest win ever. But this player didn't use his tank to its capabilities. In the chat, I say flank wide. And I know this guy can read chat because he was just typing a moment before to one of the players on the team saying that he could maybe win this, which is all fine. So I say flank wide, and then he doesn't go wide. Easily right now, the Bashation could climb up the bridge and outspot that mouse in the base cap. Easy, done deal. And where does the mouse get spotted? Side onto the bridge. He could have climbed wide. So the Bashation doesn't go wide, doesn't listen to that advice. Okay, alright, not the best start ever. So now the Bashation has a couple options here. He can either go straight down the road, or he can roll around this corner here where the mouse might not see him. Well, he's going to take a really risky route, which is just drive right to the base cap. And he has the side of the mouse and bounces. And then he could have just backed up there and killed the mouse again when he wasn't fully turned, and he doesn't. And then the Bashation decides, instead of leaving with plenty of time left, 50 seconds on the clock, resetting his camo and flanking, he's going to sit here and he's going to try and side scrape against the mouse. And you can guess what happens here. It doesn't go well. You can't side scrape against the mouse in a Bashation. I was so sad at this point. Like, bro, what is this? You have one job in your light tank, and that is to flank, outspot your opponents, and clear them from a distance. And you literally just didn't do that. You had so many different positions you could have gone to where that mouse would have been killed. Literally simply flanking wide on the bridge or going wide into the park would have easily killed that mouse as he was flat side on. But unfortunately, that was not ended up what happened here. I was just so mad. I mean, man, we did so much work that game to end up losing to such a simple misplay. But either way, the 113 GFT is an insanely strong vehicle. And even though we didn't end up winning, we still did 5,700 damage. And I think that shows just how crazy this vehicle is. I've only played 9 games in the tank, but I'm going at an 80% win rate with 3,700 average damage on this account alone, which is crazy. I mean, the vehicle is insane, and it definitely needs a nerf. I mean, if you're disagreeing at this point, you're basically saying that the Smasher is a fair tank because it has a higher win rate than the Smasher monthly, which is ridiculous. So yeah, the 113, I think it's insane. We got a little bit unlucky with our RNG on that Super Conk. I don't think that would have changed the game, though. The mouse that we went up against was actually pretty good, and he knew where our weaknesses were. He was able to slam a shell into our lower plate rolling around the corner, which was a pretty nice shot. And then he obviously just went through the roof, as it's only about 40 mils thick. But when you're not tall enough to see the roof, which is for 90% of vehicles, apart from German super heavies, the tank's insane. I mean, we literally, I don't know how much damage we blocked that game. 2,000. Again, we blocked half of the HP we had. So we essentially had 4,000 effective hit points that game. And we literally just sat, hiding our lower plate to the Super Conk and Minnow. They didn't even know what to do to me. The fact that that game was even close to being a win for how bad our team was doing is crazy. So this tank is ridiculous, and I absolutely love playing in it. Let me know what you guys think about the 113. Definitely needs to be changed, though. Personally, I would either take away some of its mobility, or more strongly, I would just remove some of the armor they put on the front. I think that would balance it out. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.